Evil remains an elusive concept, despite our attempts to define it. In Stoic philosophy, we're taught to understand human nature and face challenges with calmness. Yet when it comes to evil, recognition often happens instantly, before analysis begins. You'll feel it in your core when you encounter someone truly malicious. What's truly disturbing? Evil doesn't just lurk in shadows or unfamiliar places. It can exist in spaces we consider safe: schools, churches, even the homes of close friends. Their malice hides behind normal exteriors, making detection difficult until damage is done. Understanding evil isn't simple. It transcends simple labels like immoral or cruel, which carry different meanings to different people. But when toxic individuals realize you've seen through their facade, they display predictable behaviors. In this video, we'll explore 7 tactics evil people use when they know you've uncovered their true nature. Through Stoic wisdom, we'll analyze these signs so you can face them with mental clarity and inner strength. Sign number 1. They reinvent their reputation. Have you ever looked at someone and sensed something deeply wrong? In reality, humans can be far more deceptive than we imagine. Some are masters of manipulation, exploiting others for personal gain while leaving emotional devastation in their wake. When evil people realize you've uncovered their true nature, they don't face the truth. Instead, they work to rebuild their image in a more sophisticated way. They approach you with an entirely new narrative, denying their past actions, blaming circumstances, or creating complex stories that make you question your judgment. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Evil people understand this principle. If they can change your thoughts about them, they can control how you perceive reality. This isn't genuine change, but a calculated attempt to maintain influence without accountability. You might notice this at work or in personal relationships. A colleague known for backstabbing suddenly claims transformation, sharing stories of personal growth and change. This isn't truth. It's a well-crafted illusion designed to make you doubt your perceptions. Sign number 2. They emit unsettling energy. Everything around us, including our bodies, consists of energy. When we interact with others, we unconsciously absorb their emotional frequencies. While some may find this concept abstract, science increasingly supports the idea that energy influences our perceptions of others. When malicious individuals know you've recognized their true nature, their energy becomes palpably different. You'll feel strange vibrations, discomfort that can't be easily explained. Their behavior no longer feels natural, but calculated and artificial. These individuals often try to make your life more difficult, especially if they hold power over you. They'll invade your privacy, ask intrusive questions, or monitor your activities, all attempts to re-establish control as they feel their power slipping. Epictetus reminds us, people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. When you sense these strange vibrations, don't let them penetrate your mind. Recognize them as defensive reactions from someone afraid of exposure. Maintain calmness and mindfulness. Use these feelings as tools to see through manipulation, not reasons to react emotionally. Remember, toxic individuals may have no limits in their control attempts, but you always have power over your response. Ask yourself, do these negative energies truly affect your core self, or are they merely testing your resilience? Sign number 3. They create webs of lies. A lie resembles an intricate web that eventually traps its creator. With each deception, the web grows more complex. When evil people realize their true nature has been exposed, they don't seek truth. They spin more elaborate falsehoods to cover previous deceptions. Epictetus observed, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." When someone defends their lies, they lock themselves in a vicious cycle, unable to see truth's light. Research suggests the average person lies once or twice daily. Small, harmless untruths might protect feelings or relationships, but evil people lie to protect themselves and their wrongdoings. When discovered, rather than facing truth, They deny reality and create more complex narratives to justify initial falsehoods. This endless loop reflects not just dishonesty, but a mindset frightened of accountability. Instead of admitting mistakes, they choose deception's dangerous path, betraying not only those who trusted them, but also themselves. Deep down, they know each new lie distances them further from truth. When trust breaks, it's difficult to rebuild. For evil people, breaking trust isn't accidental, but strategic, protecting personal interests regardless of consequences. They view truth not as something to revere, but as a tool to manipulate for personal advantage. Sign number 4. They appear only when they need something. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This wisdom rings especially true when dealing with toxic individuals. As you recognize their true nature, you'll notice they only appear when personal gain is involved. Before discovering their toxic character, they might have seemed reliable allies, present when needed, showing apparent care. But once you see their darker side, everything changes. They materialize when self-interest dictates and vanish when you need support. These opportunists calculate what they can extract from relationships rather than investing genuinely. After disappearing during your struggles, they reappear once you've recovered, armed with apologies and expectations of easy forgiveness. They exploit kindness and attempt to resume relationships as if nothing happened. Consider the story of Epictetus and his student. This pupil sought the philosopher's wisdom when personally beneficial, but vanished when Epictetus faced challenges. When difficulties passed, the student reappeared with excuses. Epictetus, recognizing this pattern, maintained inner peace despite this insincerity. From this wisdom, we learn to recognize when our kindness is being exploited. Rather than feeling hurt by their disappearance, view it as freedom from toxic connections. Their absence becomes a gift, allowing focus on genuine relationships that offer authentic support. Sign number 5. They undermine your intelligence. A primary tactic of malicious individuals is making others feel intellectually inferior. Imagine sharing a problem with someone you trust, only to hear, "You should have seen that coming," or "Why did you do that?" These seemingly innocent remarks leave you feeling heavy with shame instead of receiving expected empathy. In that moment, they've achieved their goal, making you feel stupid, isolated, and diminished. This deliberate belittlement creates self-doubt, making you more vulnerable to manipulation and control. Stoics believe all actions should stem from reason and virtue. Those who intentionally hurt others through mockery demonstrate not just lack of virtue, but violation of nature's harmony. They create situations where you constantly question your understanding of life, relationships, and self. This strategy becomes truly dangerous when you begin doubting yourself. Vulnerability increases, making you likely to seek validation from the very person causing harm. For them, it's about re-establishing dominance, not because they value your relationship, but because they want you within their sphere of influence. How would Stoicism view this situation? A Stoic wouldn't be drawn into these mental games, understanding that true value comes from inner understanding, not others' opinions. Rather than reacting emotionally, they'd assess the situation from rational distance. This calm, unshakable demeanor becomes your most powerful weapon. Malicious individuals only succeed in making you feel foolish if you accept their judgment. Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we control, our response to others' behavior. Remember, your worth doesn't depend on others' words, but on how you face life's challenges. You control your reactions and thoughts. This is your true strength against those attempting to diminish you. Sign number 6. They feign ignorance about their impact. When exposed, toxic individuals often adopt another cunning strategy, pretending complete ignorance about the consequences of their actions. They express surprise at the harm they've caused, as if entirely unaware of their impact on others. Epictetus noted, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them." Toxic people exploit this principle, turning their wrongdoings into psychological games filled with deception. They might sarcastically ask, "Why didn't you say earlier that you were hurt?" shifting blame onto you despite their clear responsibility. This isn't merely avoiding accountability, it's sophisticated manipulation, making you doubt your own experiences and emotions. Even if you've expressed your feelings directly multiple times, they'll continue asking why you didn't tell them, a repetition serving to avoid responsibility while diminishing your emotional reality. They want you feeling uncertain about whether you have the right to hold them accountable. Stoicism emphasizes maintaining strong spirit in such situations. While we cannot control others' deceptive tactics, we control our response. When facing those who deny their mistakes, stay calm and preserve your sense of self-worth. These individuals avoid truth because accountability means facing consequences. Instead of honest admission, they play innocent, twisting reality until you question your own experience. Such behavior shows profound disrespect, denying truth while devaluing your emotions. The wisdom of Stoicism becomes invaluable here. Don't change yourself to please such people. Hold firmly to your values and truth. Self-control and steadfastness will help you overcome their challenges. Sign number 7. They manipulate your reality. If someone is manipulating you, they're attempting to control your actions while undermining independent thought. This affects not just your relationship with them, but all aspects of your mental well-being. Manipulation often hides behind facades of care and kindness. Manipulators use emotional tactics to place you in vulnerable positions, making it easier to dominate your thoughts and actions. They possess high emotional intelligence, but use it as a psychological weapon, identifying vulnerabilities rather than building healthy connections. They may appear as attentive listeners, deeply concerned about your feelings. However, if their intent isn't genuine help but personal gain, these seemingly supportive actions become sophisticated manipulation. Their assistance creates feelings of indebtedness, convincing you they're your only reliable support, drawing you into their control unconsciously. When facing manipulative people, establishing firm boundaries becomes crucial. Boundaries protect not just from manipulation, but preserve core values and personal autonomy. Manipulators will attempt to bend these limits, convincing you that small compromises are insignificant. But Stoic philosophy teaches that true happiness comes from inner control, not external factors. When you allow manipulation, you surrender personal freedom. A common tactic involves creating dependency, convincing you that you cannot handle problems independently, that only they understand your situation. The truth? Once caught in manipulation's trap, you gradually lose decision-making ability and self-confidence. Manipulators continue exploitation until you surrender autonomy completely. Escaping isn't easy but remains possible. Remember, manipulators won't surrender easily. They'll use every tactic to maintain control, making you doubt your abilities. Your strength lies in affirming yourself, maintaining boundaries, and controlling your responses. This power remains yours unless you surrender it. We've explored 7 behaviors toxic individuals display when their true nature is exposed. Through these signs, you can better understand hidden intentions and protect yourself from negative influences. Stoic philosophy teaches that maintaining calmness and self-control in all circumstances is key to overcoming any challenge. No one can harm your inner peace unless you allow it. Remember, toxic people will always attempt control and manipulation, but true strength lies in preserving your mental tranquility. Before concluding, I have a question. How did you find this video's content? 1. Strongly disagree. 2. Disagree. 3. Neutral. 4. Agree. 5. Strongly agree. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss our next videos. Check out our latest content displayed at the end of the screen.